Hello. So, the business issue that I wanted to talk about today is the issue of wages. So, what really happens when minimum wages increase? Is this good? Is this bad for business, but good for employees? What really changes? So, you've probably heard it said many times that if you increase minimum wage, then all prices will just go up because the businesses will raise their prices to compensate for the fact that they're having to pay employees more, and then rents may go up and just prices go up all around. There's inflation, which essentially is what that is. All prices go up and then your money's not worth as much. Or maybe they'll institute hiring freezes because they'll freak out and think, oh, well, we can't afford to pay everybody the certain amount or whatever. It's too much. And so they won't hire anyone new to just kind of keep things stable for a while. Do these things all really happen when you increase minimum wage or not? So the question is maybe, maybe not. So what does the maybe, maybe not depend on? Here goes. I think that minimum wage increases can cause inflation, can cause hiring freezes and all these things. But a lot of times they do work to kind of effect the better welfare for everybody, including the businesses themselves, if they're instituted gradually. So that's my main argument here, is that like they do work out well if they're instituted gradually. For example, like the one in California right now, I think it's like $1 increase per year or something like that for like the next 5 or 6 years or something, from 2017 on or something. That is a well done one, because businesses and employers are not going to freak out if it's not some big change that they have to now figure out how to pay for everything else for. It's going to be maybe a slight decrease in their profits. They might notice it. They might not. It may not be a big deal. It may be the kind of situation where making major changes just because you don't want to pay them an extra 50 cents or an extra dollar, it may be more cost effective to just go ahead and give them the money. It may be that making those big changes will end up costing even more, which is great, which means that the encouragement there for them to just go ahead and give the workers an extra dollar an hour, whatever it is, the encouragement is there in the rules. It's like, oh, well, your workers will be happier, and also you don't have to implement all these changes in order to accommodate new rules that'll cost more. So my argument is that essentially, if you want to institute that kind of change, it just has to be done in a gradual pace that allows um, the businesses to react without overreacting. It allows them to step back and think about how to implement the new standard of how much they have to now pay for the different jobs without having them just completely freak out and institute some sort of hiring freeze or stop using certain suppliers and vendors, or just stop doing business as usual. You want them to, in essence, continue with business as usual despite the change. And the only way to do that is to make sure that it's not a major enough change to jar them to overreact, um, or to just not know what to do, because that can just shrink business altogether. And then that's bad for the workers, that's bad for everybody. So I would just say that if you want to implement that kind of change for the betterment of the well being of the people, what you have to do is just, do it in a gradual pace and in a way that everybody's encouraged by it and realizes the benefit of it, and no one feels the need to overreact to it. Because, let's face it, if there's some sort of big change that everybody freaks out to, that's pretty much bad for everybody. So that's it. Any comments you have are welcome. Thank you.